Yours George here, and it's my 100th review! Man, can you guys believe it? 100 reviews of VGamers. That's really crazy to think of, and that's not even counting the bite-sized reviews, the Let's Plays, the podcasts, the vlogs, web series, short films, and literally any other kind of projects I've done over the years that I failed to mention here.
Needless to say, I've been keeping myself busy ever since I started doing this YouTube thing back in 2007.
And it only feels like yesterday that I did that review on BioShock all those years ago.
Now before you Halo fanboys go, oh, Halo 3's way better, how about you do the world a favor, take a gun to your head, and put a bullet through your head.
Oh, wow. Seems like I was a bit of a jerk back then, according to that flashback at least. But you know what? I can safely say that nowadays, I am a changed individual. Those days are long behind me, and there's no way anyone can prove that I'm now an asshole. So the game starts with these two little shits being told about some holy armor in the Bible. Heyo to you too, asshole. Who is this fucker? Where's the Time Lord? Fuck off, Clock, I'm not saying it. The next time I see that fucker, I'm gonna shove Death Note so far up his ass that he'll give him a heart attack. Okay, fine. Maybe I haven't evolved too much as an individual, but I think we can all agree that the show itself has definitely changed over the past 9 years.
What started out as stick figures and simplistic drawings created in MS Paint, then to gameplay accompanied with a disembodied voice, to some lackluster cutaway shots, and then finally to what it is today.
Which is just more cutaway shots, but spiced up with some fancy-pantsy editing. Oh. I guess like other reviewers probably do this as well, but the key difference here is I'm obviously way better. Isn't that right, Mr. Tiger?
Oh yeah, I'm so glad I doubled down on producing your show. I definitely got my money's worth.
Thank you, Mr. Tiger.
So glad I didn't opt in to produce Phalus or Space Hamster.
I get it, Mr. Tiger.
Excuse me while I go for a dip in my pool of money.
But wait, you don't have a pool.
But seriously, nothing makes doing these videos more worth it than seeing you guys put your 2 cents in. Honestly, I love seeing your guys' comments, where you voice your own opinions and you have mostly friendly debates.
Mind you, if my VGamers theory video has taught me anything, it's that some people don't know what a parody is. Like seriously guys, it's a joke. Stop thinking things so, you know, serious. And also, since we're kind of on the topic, no, my video did not get MatPat's video taken down at that time. Just wanted to kind of clear up that random bit of confusion that some people had for some unknown reason.
So after previously reviewing games like Time Lord, Final Fantasy My Life as a King, Blue's Big Musical, and Carnival, just to name a few, what can I possibly look at to properly mark this celebratory occasion?
So after going through many ideas of what I could review for my 100th episode, it kind of just came down to this one game that I hold so dear from my childhood. Ladies and gentlemen, for my 100th review here on VGamers, we're going to be looking at The Legend of Dragoon for the original PlayStation 1, opposed to the non-original PlayStation 1.
So I want you to imagine, it's the year 2001. The systems of yesteryear are slowly fading away, as the rise of the new generation of consoles is the next big thing. A young me is visiting my older cousin Andrew at his friend over. Andrew, knowing my love of games, invites me to see this fantastic new PlayStation 1 game that I have never seen before. Featuring an epic fantasy story with kings, dragons, swords, magic, and what have you. I am instantly mesmerized. It's unlike anything I've seen before, and they tell me it's an RPG called The Legend of Dragoon.
Before this point, the really only other RPG I had played at that time would have been Pokemon games, so this kind of standard style brand of role-playing games was completely new to me at the time. So over the next couple months I started saving up my allowance so I could buy the game, which during the time I had found a demo disc that had the actual demo for Legend of Dragoons on it, and I had played the demo so much that the disc actually no longer works.
So, on the last week of school, with cash in hand, we journeyed to a store that was kind of out of town because it was sold out elsewhere, and I finally purchased this multi-disc monster and spent my entire summer vacation playing it non-stop. Hell, I remember when me and my sister would run over to a nearby 7-Eleven, grab a hot dog and Slurpee combo, and then return home to continue playing The Legends of Dragoon.
Man, those were some pretty good times. Mind you, I actually haven't played Legend of Dragoon since then, so I'm kind of hoping this is just as good as I remember it being.
Released on June 11th back in the year 2000, The Legend of Dragoon is an RPG from Sony Computer Entertainment of Japan. It took about 3.5 years with a dedicated team of roughly 100 people working around the clock to make it. And to top things off, The Legend of Dragoon cost $16 million to develop. Thankfully, sales were extremely strong, more so here in North America, despite the mixed reviews it received and the stiff competition it had with the critically acclaimed RPG series, Final Fantasy.
None of which was really helped with the confusing advertising for The Legend of Dragoon. I mean, seriously, it was all over the place.
I mean, just look at this commercial that ran on TV.
Nigel, he cut my head off. Did you see that? He cut my head off.
What a wuss.
Now playing on PlayStation. Ready to.
I should heavily note that The Legend of Dragoon is not, I repeat, not a comedic role-playing romp.
Honestly, who thought this 4-disc monster of a game was a lighthearted comedy? A peaceful beginning. The legend was born 10,000 years ago.
Wait a second, I thought it only took 3 years to make. 10,000? Man, talk about development hell. And it still turned out better than Duke Nukem Forever.
A violent uprising. A civilization of flying creatures enslaving the human race. Oh no! Time Lord didn't stop those flying banana cream pies! We're all doomed! A bloody war in a bid for freedom. The humans harness the spiritual force of dragons and triumph.
Wait a second, are you trying to tell me that these dragons who had to go out of their way to kill these people were so easily captured and absorbed?
Maybe, you know, run your evil plan by some friends next time, huh? Workshop it. But first, get your issues in order there.
I think it's pretty obvious that these dragons went to the same villain school as Queen Beryl. Now the real question is, whose plan was more stupid?
Tranquility and harmony exist between all. Well, no shit tranquility and harmony exists. Once you get rid of the only thing that's threatening you, peace tends to kind of follow suit. But the past and the future are about to collide.
Great Scott, Time Lord! I told you this was what happened if you fucked around with time!
I'm sorry, geez, I didn't expect things to get so out of hand.
3 years in the making. Wait a moment, I thought you said it was 10,000 years. Make up your mind, game. Incredibly diverse characters.
It's an all-white cast, isn't it?
Wield unique weapons and Dragoon attacks powered by the forces of...
Fire! Wind! Water!
It's actually not too far off from that. Minus heart, of course.
The journey to seek the past ends, and the journey to discover today begins. And the future can go straight to hell. Unleash the spirits of the Dragoons and discover your destiny.
Sounds like a predetermined plan to me, so let's logically start off with disc number 3. Actually, how about we scratch that idea and start off with, you know, disc number 1.
Right off the bat, we are treated to a taste of this game's soundtrack. It sounds so amazing. Combining rock and fantasy together, it really pumps you up for the adventure you're about to embark on. So the game really starts with a good old-fashioned early CGI cutscene that the PlayStation 1 is famously known for.
As far as this scene goes, it's not bad. There's certainly much worse out there.
Oh god! Burn it! Burn it with fire! Ah! So this army rides into the village, setting things on fire on these armored anteater creatures.
Truly the best alternative to horses.
As they are obviously looking for someone in particular.
So, this is her.
Wait a second, are you implying that you don't know who exactly you're looking for? You weren't given like a photo or a sketch of the person? You just kind of went into a village, burnt it down, and hoped for the best?
Hey guys, let's go burn this town down and hope the girl's here!
Yeah! 10 times the charm! So they take her unconscious body.
Which, if this was an anime, we would be raising some serious red flags as to what we can expect next in the following scene.
Who is she? That is not your concern.
Jeez, did you forget your line there, Mr. Monk?
That is not your concern.
Also, what's with the crappy lip syncing?
That is not your concern.
Still not a horse.
So now we see Godzilla rise from the forest because we need to somehow shoehorn those dragons in as soon as possible. Then we meet our main character of the game, Dart.
Chance of war more likely. I hope it's just a rumor.
Dart, if this was a rumor, this game wouldn't be 4 discs long.
Then we encounter 2 riders. It's still not a horse, guys.
What are you doing? Are you drawing your sword against us?
What kind of freaking question is that? What does it look like he's holding, a breadstick?
I am Sir Dempster of Wonder Castle. Fear me, or face the wrath of my 12 grains.
After evading the Godzilla dragon, which actually now that I think of it kind of looks more like a giant primantis from Goosebumps, you arrive in the destroyed village.
And it's here where we finally get some sweet, delicious taste of Legend of Dragoon's combat.
I love the Legend of Dragoon's combat, much for the same reason I like, say, Paper Mario's combat. The interactivity and the forceful engagements are really cool. This is one of those games where quick-time events are totally good. It instantly rewards the player with a stronger or an extra attack. Plus, you're not just mindlessly sitting there mashing away at the X button to speed past the battles, where it's all like, Step 1, select command. Step B, wait for turn. Step pound, repeat. It adds a little more immersion to the game by keeping the player focused on the battle. Plus, you get to hear the characters announce their attacks.
Volcano!
Harpoon! Cool boogie!
No doubt those of you who've played Legend of Dragoon have these attack calls ingrained into your memory.
And not only can you level these attacks up to make them better, but you can also get new ones as you level your character up to switch in, that operate completely different from the other attacks that you have. Like, one could be about timing your button presses, while another one could focus more on mashing a certain button instead. Mind you, with all that said, I'm not bashing other RPGs for sticking to the classic turn-based style. I mean, I have logged nearly 60 hours or so into Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth, which is just that, but this style of combat really does stand out, since most RPGs stick to what works rather than trying something a little bit different, outside of the box per se. Not that there's anything wrong with that, of course. Well, after all that, you're told that your childhood friend and your love interest, Shanna, you know, the girl from the opening cutscene that was just taken away while she was unconscious? Yeah, that person. She was taken to this place called Helena Prison, a place so notoriously evil, the word hell is in its name. Luckily for us, this cargo wagon just happens to be delivering stuff when we need to sneak in. What convenience! Wait, what is this? I'll inspect the load. Oh shit! Crap, I need to hide. Wait, this is my hiding spot? Oh, I'm so fucking screwed. How can he not see me? I'm in his damn line of sight. Look, you can even see his head turning directly towards me several times. Wait, what? That's all the checking you're gonna do?
This guy has to be the worst guard in the history ever. I feel like I could have probably just gone right by him and he would have been none the wiser.
So, upon entering the prison... this is a prison, right? And not just some sort of kinky dungeon? Well, anyways, upon entering the place, you meet up with Lavitz, a member of the Royal Army who were captured. And with his help, you free your friend and flee to the nearby city. I think this just kind of proves my point earlier about how bad the guards are here. You okay there, buddy? Do you need some help?
Shh, we gotta be careful.
Hey, who's there? Where's the intruder? It's over this way.
Should we go around? No, we must wait. It is not our turn yet.
We'll get you eventually.
If it seems like I'm glossing over the game's story, it's because I am. Next to being a 4-disc RPG, I don't want to ruin the plot for anyone who's looking into trying this game. You know, spoiler-free and all.
But I will show you this. Holy shit! Why do people still work at Helena, especially if getting tossed off a bridge is one of the hazards there? It must be because of some sort of good dental plan that they got, but still, maybe they should think about putting a new workplace symbol for this hazard. Well, regardless, you'll be missed, Helena Warden. Well, after going through a cave, we are now safe at the city of Bale, where we can relax and break into every home! I'll take your life savings now that you left inside a crate for some reason. What are you even doing anyways?
Oh my god, it's Sir Lavitz! Oh, Sir Lavitz, please let me draw your portrait again? Oh, don't move! It will be done soon. Don't move!
Looks like she might be a while. Maybe we should cut to some sort of break or whatever, so you guys can get yourself something to eat, a drink, and we'll come back and see if we can progress.
In space, no one can hear you scream. It's just eons and eons of nothingness. But then, the universe's balls drop. And we got a new sci-fi comedy from the creators of Frankenpants. Yay!
Are you done yet?
Yes, here you go!
Oh boy, I'll be sure to keep it. Drinks, give me more drinks. Jeez, I wonder what he wants. I wonder. Ooh, I found, Stardust? What's that?
Stardust is also known as the Wishing Stone.
Okay, what's the point of it?
It fulfills the wishes of the person who gets it.
Which means?
Stardust is scattered all over the world. Look for it everywhere.
Alright, old man, thanks. Just what I wanted, a side quest to find magic dust bunnies.
I should probably note that Stardust isn't actually useless or anything, as you can exchange it for some rare accessories and whatnot to a guy in Bale. Plus, if you collect all 50 of them, you can face off against a super optional boss on Disc 3.
Speaking of side quests, there are quite a few of them in Legend of Dragoon, each giving some sort of goodies like weapons, gold, the portrait. It certainly is a nice way to personalize the experience for the player, especially since they don't make them super obvious that they are actually side quests. Maybe you fought the ghost in Web, or perhaps you didn't bother chasing that rabbit thing that was in the limestone cave. Who knows? But I did get a poison guard, which helped a lot against the boss later.
I'm not good with spears.
So we head to the castle to meet King Elbert, a childhood friend of Lavitz. It is here where we find out more about the Great War between nations and about Dart's past and his motives.
Long story short, when Dark was younger, he was the sole survivor of his village that got burnt down by an attack on some sort of black creature. And now he wants revenge.
Also, we get drafted into the war! But first we have to go meet Lavitz's mom.
Oh no, please, don't worry. There's only a threat that's happening on a town's doorstep where a dragon's gonna be released on them, and thousands of injuries are gonna happen, double that of the amount of deaths that's gonna occur. No. It's more important for our team to go and meet the Lance Wheeler's mother, because you know, the evil people aren't that important for us right now.
Speaking of characters, the cast that you play as is really good. Each one feels like their own person, and you definitely become more attached to them as you play the game. Much like Final Fantasy VII, you'll grow to really love their wit and the passion that drives them throughout the game's story. And the writing really helps. Although the story is taken seriously, you get these little moments here and there that lighten up the mood a little bit.
Why don't we go take a nap? What's wrong, Lavitz?
Dot, act like a man.
Lack of sleep is bad for your skin. Every young lady knows that. Okay, I'll act more serious.
It's little diversions like this that really makes the game feel more human than just being a straight-up melodramatic runt.
You know, for a game that came out a few years after the well-received Final Fantasy VII, the enemy designs are rather unique. I mean, sure, you get your nameless soldier A and B, but at the same time, the first thing you fight isn't a slime enemy. And to top it off, the names for some of these creatures are just great.
Here, how about we play a game together? I'll show you a picture of an enemy, and you try and guess the name of the enemy with me. Alright? Sounds cool? Okay, here we go. First up.
Let's see, it's a flightless bird thing with ear wings and has a mosquito nose. How about Bloodsucker? Vampire Kiwi? Okay. next up, it's big, it's green, it has some sort of a 10 on its head, and it's covered in warts. How about we go with Wart Slam? Ugly balloon? Wow. Okay, alright, sure. Okay, last one. A purple bird with big claws and has a high speed stat. This has to be a speedy vulture!
What? Ooh. Dr. Pepper, in the can, with ice. Thanks.
Hey there, big boy. That girl's been checking you out since you came in. Why don't you go over and say hi?
Nah, too easy.
Whatever you say.
Hey waiter, can I get some chips? Thank you.
So upon arriving at Hoax, Dart's Dragoon form awakens, and it is here where we finally find out more about the Dragoons and Dragons.
And it is also here where I'm gonna leave off, since the game starts to open up a little more story-wise as Dart and his friends get a clear goal as to where the game's plot's gonna start progressing towards. I want those of you who haven't actually had a chance to play The Legend of Dragoon to really experience the story's twists and turns that it has to offer.
What I will say though is a lot of shit starts happening story-wise. On top of that, you also get to learn about the Dragoon's powers and what you can do with them in battle.
Overall, The Legend of Dragoon is a fantastic RPG.
I cannot recommend this game enough. If you love RPGs, you owe it to yourself to try The Legend of Dragoon. The characters are lovable, the music is enjoyably perfect, the combat is fun and engaging, and the story is interesting as all hell.
You know, I'm really glad that after all these years, The Legend of Dragoon is still as good as I remember it being, and it holds up really well, surprisingly. You know, it's not often that these games that we feel really nostalgic for from our childhood or our past in general are as good as we recall them being. So this was a really welcome surprise. I'm really glad for it. Well, with that all said and done, until next time, keep on gaming.
Hey viewers, George here. Thanks for watching the video. I'm so glad it's finding out. I've been working on it for like God knows how long. So here it is. You know, don't forget to like the video if you like it, comment about your favorite RPGs and moments from this game. Subscribe so you can get notifications when I put up another video, because if you like this one, you probably want to watch more. Speaking of more videos, you can check out my last review, which was on the Sega 32X. Interesting little system. You can also check out my other review I probably have as a video next to it, which will be for the Sailor Moon PC game. That was a thing. Special thanks to Dylan, Chris, Gregory, and Ash, my sister, for doing the skits, acting in the skits. It was super cool of them to do that. Special thanks, super special thanks, I should say, for Dylan and Chris for helping mold the skits a bit more, because I kind of just had raw concepts for them, and they kind of helped make them a heck of a lot more funnier, in my opinion. So thanks for that. And of course, thank you to you guys for watching my videos and supporting me for all this time. And please continue to support me and watch my videos for years and years to come. And I believe that's everything I have to say. Yes? Okay, yeah. So with that all said and done, until next time, keep on gaming!